Since I've been a kid, I've always been interested in horror and macabre and just the stranger things in life. I definitely think to a large extent it's because there's uniquity to it. There's something unique about something horrific. But at the same time, I love beauty and I love well-composed material. So you have this great conflict of beauty and death. We can make death beautiful. Death on film is always beautiful. You know, we're all gonna die. We need to understand that. And so how do we understand that? And how do we understand that in 3D? My wife, for my 30th birthday, bought me this beautiful stereoscope. The stereoscope was invented in 1838 by Charles Wheatstone. It enabled viewers to see 3D images by placing two photographs on a slide, side by side. And it came with a whole bunch of slides, like, you know, fairly benign things in 3D, and it was cool because you're looking at, like, you know, the past in 3 dimensions, and you know, you're kind of getting a sense of how awe-striking this might have been for these people. But the novelty kind of wore off, I'd say, pretty quickly. But as I was going through the slides, I came across, kind of buried at the bottom of the pile, of course, this slide of snake charmers in Calcutta. You know, it's just like, it went off in my head. Like, of course, there's gotta be some really cool 3D slides out there. And so I took the effort and wanted to find the weird things, you know, the things I'm interested in. And of course, there's, you know, miles and miles of slides. I have this great slide of a mother kind of solemnly over her child's crib, and there's an angel, a superimposed angel there. The mother lamenting her daughter's death. Like, it gives you this great impression of, you know, what Victorian life was like, and, you know, the things that they felt they needed to capture. I have a great card, which I think is part of a series of a monk being harassed by the devil because he's, you know, sneaking a little bit of food on a fasting day. And just, you know, fun stuff like that. To me, this is early cinema for these people. And that's when I found the Diableries. The Diableries are stereo tissues that depict Satan's daily life in hell from the 1860s from France. When they were backlit, colors emerged. So you have early Technicolor 3D horror imagery. The front is just a print, and then hand painted on the back are these little watercolor outlines. So somebody actually had to come in here and brush stroke all of these. A lot of the other ones have pinholes cut into them to show the eyes glowing, the skeleton's red eyes glowing, Satan's green eyes. They're absolutely phenomenal. Hanging out, dancing, having parties, really cute little things, you know. And this is basically Ray Harryhausen and Tim Burton of the 1860s. This is fun, satirical slides that acted as kind of early horror films, I guess, in some ways, but more fantasy. I don't know how to put it. You know, I think these are more, horror is one thing. I don't think these were meant to be scary. These were meant to be kind of fun and interesting. The detail that went into these things, and for the most part anonymously, is pretty astounding. We don't know who published them. There's no real research on that. A lot of them have a very mysterious BK insignia on the bottom of the outer wrapping, but apparently they were very popular. There is a theory that these are satires of Napoleon's France. I just like to think of them as somebody expressing themselves through sculpture and 3D photography. We don't know a lot of things about them, which even makes them more fun. The mystery is what keeps it so interesting, you know? Like, let's not think about this too much. They're just like whimsical looks at life in hell, you know? Why shouldn't life in hell be fun? Because we're in France in 1860. So there's your satire.